Hey there, lots. Valeries here, and overthinking ruined everything I love. I hate how it starts at this tiny, quiet whisper in the back of your mind. It turns into a full-flat siren before you even realize what had happened. It is exhausting, as you're just sitting there having a perfectly good day, and then your brain decides to spin a massive web of worst-case scenario out of absolutely nothing. Jealousy is the absolute worst of that overthinking. It makes you feel incredibly small. It makes you act like the version of yourself that you do not even recognize, someone you do not even like. You see a text notification or a specific look, just a tiny shift in someone's tone, suddenly your brain goes into hyperdrive. You start connecting dots that are not even on the same page. You construct an entire narrative, a whole backstory of betrayal or rejection, based on a single sentence that probably meant nothing. The hardest part to admit to yourself is that jealousy is rarely actually about the other person. It is a mirror showing you exactly where you feel inadequate. When I get jealous, my brain is not really saying I do not trust them. It is saying I am terrified that I am easily replaceable. It is that deep, ugly voice telling you that as soon as someone more interested, more talented, or more attractive comes along, you are done. It is the fear of being forgotten, the fear of realizing you matter less to someone than they matter to you. So you start trying to protect yourself. You look for clues, you analyze every single word in that message, you check the timestamps. You wonder why they use a period instead of an exclamation mark. You ask yourself why they took 20 minutes longer to reply than usual. You became a detective in a crime that has not even been committed. You replay conversation in your head like you are reviewing game tape, looking for the exact second things happen. But the twist is, you cannot actually protect yourself from getting hurt that way. All you do is ruin the good moments while they're actually happening. So you're busy looking for a trapdoor that you forget to enjoy the room that you're standing in. You end up pushing people away because you're treating them like they're already betrayed. You put up walls, you became more distant, you pick fights over petty things because you are trying to get them to admit as to a secret you made up in your own head. It became a self-fulfilling prophecy. You worry so much that they will leave or that they prefer someone else that you are going to be impossible to reassure, and no amount of reassurance is ever enough. They can tell you that they love you 1,000 times, they can spend every 3 hours with you, but your overthinking mind believes it knows this is true. It whispers that they're just saying those things out of pity. It tells you that they are hiding how they actually feel. Eventually, the relationship breaks under the weight of all that constant suspicion and pressure. You sit back and say, see, I knew it would happen, but you did not know it. You built the fire that burned it down. You end up grieving things that's still in front of you. This is what overthinking really does. It forces you to live a future of heartbreak that hasn't even happened yet. So you miss the actual relationship that is happening in the present. You look at someone you care about, and instead of feeling happy, you just feel this heavy ache because you are already anticipating the day they realize they are tired of you. It turns love into a source of constant panic instead of safe place to land. And late at night, that is when it really hits. When the distractions are all gone and you are alone with your own thoughts, the anger shows up, not just at them, but at yourself. You feel angry for ignoring the tiny red flags, for believing potential instead of patterns. Deep down, you knew something was fell off, but you wanted it to work so badly you negotiated with your own intuition. You second guess everything. Is this person being genuine, or they just like the attention? Do they actually love me, or I am just convenient right now? That question follows you into every new connection, every new relationship. Even people have done absolutely nothing wrong. And that is the unfair part of the damage. One person plays with your feeling, and suddenly everyone after them has to deal with the rubble. You became guarded, distant, unemotionally lazy. Not because you do not care, but because caring once cost you way too much. You learned that giving your heart too early turns into a lesson you never asked to learn. People might praise you for not being nonchalant, They tell you it is good that you are unbothered, that you do not care too much, but they do not see the nights you sit awake replaying things in your head. You do not see how heavy the chest feels at 2 in the morning when the room goes completely silent. Because becoming coder is not healing, it is just survival. And survival is not the same thing as growth. Breaking out that group is incredibly uncomfortable. It means when that anxious, jealous feeling hits your chest, you have to just sit with it instead of reacting to it. You have to stop yourself from sending that passive aggressive text. You have to stop asking those loaded questions meant to test the other person. You have to look at your own brain and tell yourself that a thought is just a thought. It is not a fact. It is not a crystal ball showing you the future. It is just your insecurity putting on a scary mask and trying to run the show for you. It is a daily choice to trust the reality in front of you instead of the fiction your anxiety is writing. You have to decide that being present and vulnerable is worth the risk of getting hurt, because the alternative is just simply destroying your happiness before anyone else can do it for you. You have to learn to tolerate the uncertainty of loving another human being. You can never fully control what someone else thinks or feels. Trying to control it through overthinking just kills the very thing you are trying to say. Healing happens in quiet moments like this, when you choose not to spiral, not to relapse. When you choose to sit with your own feelings instead of running from them. And those small decisions stacks up. Eventually, the quiet starts feeling less empty and more calm. And one night, you will close your eyes and you won't feel haunted. You will just be present.